Hey guys, Solo back with another daily update video. It is Wednesday, the middle of the trading week, and let's take a look at Corsair Gaming today because big news came out today, and as a result, Corsair had a big pop in the share price, but I think it's just a drop of what's to come. Let's get right into it. Looking at the heat map here, you can see overall mixed bag in the market today. Mixture of green and red on the board. Amazon down 2% after Jeff Bezos announces he's going to step down as CEO. Google had a huge day after an amazing earnings last evening, up over 7%. Microsoft up 1.5%. Apple down a little bit. The entire semi sector down in the red. But let's get right into it. Let's talk about Corsair Gaming. So take a look at this. You know, if you've been following this channel, I've made a few Corsair videos recently. I am rather heavily positioned in Corsair right now. You can see I have both shares and options on Corsair scrolling at the bottom of the video below. But take a look at this. Pre-market, I mean, we were already up just about 2.8% before the opening bell. We shot up to over 9% within the first 15 minutes of the market being open, and we just slowly melted up all day long. We ended up on the day about 11.9% in the green. After hours, we're adding up another 0.8%. So great day for Corsair this trading day. On the week, kind of a flat week, but because of today, we are up just about 2.9% on the week. On the month, we're up just about 21%. And over the past 3 months, we are up just about 75%. Let's take a look at the Corsair options chain because the recent price action today gave a little bit of extra juice to the Corsair options. Now, the one thing I don't like about Corsair is that it only has monthly options. There are no weeklies yet. I hope they get weeklies soon. So right now, the closest expiration is about a little over 2 weeks away on February 19th. But let's just see how much juice there is if we want to sell some at the money puts. So right now, $443 in premium is what I would collect for putting up $4,000 in collateral at the money. That is a return on risk of 11% or 11.1%. Not that great, right? Some of the Mara options I was showing you recently, you're getting maybe even 15% in a week. This is about 11% in about 2 weeks. So Corsair is not the juiciest stock out there, but I do like the setup fundamentally and technically. So I am heavily positioned in it. I think we are due for a breakout, which I'll talk about a little bit later in the video when I show you my technical analysis graph and the option flow data. But let me show you that news article. And this one is out of the Motley Fool. And this one is very aptly titled, Why Corsair Gaming Shares Jumped 12% on Wednesday, which is today. And so what happened? Well, today, Corsair had a big win in terms of a legal victory. So you can see the stock rose as high as 13.1% to max out the day. We did close 11.9% higher, but this was lifted by a legal victory against a giant of the video game industry, and that was actually Valve. So if you're familiar with Steam or PC gaming, they actually sued Valve for their Steam controller because what they're saying, well, it says the U.S. District Court for the Western District of Washington State gave Corsair a favorable verdict in a patent infringement case against game distribution specialist Valve. So a unanimous jury found that Valve willfully infringed on technology patents held by Corsair in the Steam controller, which was a short-lived accessory for PC gaming that sold roughly 1.6 million units. So what the patent was for touch-sensitive plates on the back of the controller to be used with the middle or ring fingers of each hand. So apparently Corsair has a patent for that, and that's what Valve infringed upon when they developed the Steam controller. So obviously a big victory, but from a monetary standpoint, from a dollar value, it really wasn't that big because it awarded $4 million to Corsair, but right now, Corsair has a reported sales of 1.47, just about $1.5 billion over the last 4 quarters. So $4 million in the setting of 1.5 billion in sales is really just a drop of the bucket. They even say right here, even if the damage award is tripled to 12 million, that's barely a drop in the company's large revenue bucket. Now, they are expecting that maybe Valve will appeal this decision and take it up to a higher court, but right now, a win is a win, and that may be why Corsair got a nice little pump today. let's show you the technical analysis graph so we can do some updated TA to maybe we can predict where Corsair is going to go from here. So longtime viewers know I've made a few Corsair charts and a few Corsair videos so far, and I think we are in a wedge pattern. I've seen a lot of other people's charts on StockTwits, on TradingView, on Twitter, and everybody seems to have a wedge pattern forming in Corsair, and I agree. Now, usually when a wedge pattern forms, you usually get a breakout to the upside or breakout to the downside. Everything right now on Corsair seems bullish, so I think everyone is expecting a breakout to the upside, and that's why I have this pink arrow here pointing up. We haven't gotten that yet. Today, you can see we've had this big green candle, so maybe today is the start, hopefully, of more green days to come. Now, the thing to keep in mind is if I zoom in here, we haven't really confirmed this breakout yet. You can see intraday on January 27th, we had a huge run up all the way up to just about $50, but we couldn't hold it. So what I'm going to be looking at for the rest of this week, tomorrow, Friday, is I want us to hold above $40, meaning I want 2 more green days in a row to confirm this breakout out of this wedge, something like this. Now, the one thing that I don't like about today, we had a big green day, like I said, up almost 12%. But if you look at the volume bar, not a lot of volume today. I mean, it's more than it was the past 3 days, but look at this huge volume bar on January 27th. I want to see big volume, big numbers like this. So that's why I'm not completely sold that we had a breakout today, but that's kind of good news and bad news because that tells me that there's potential for more big breakouts or big pops in the share price to come. The RSI is a little bit towards the overbought side, but nothing to be worried about. The other catalyst that's coming up is in less than a week, on February 9th, Corsair has their earnings. And let me show you what happened last time Corsair had earnings. So if I go back here, on November 10th, Corsair had earnings. Take a look what happened this. So this is the day of earnings. Take a look at this huge green run up. The day of earnings, Corsair closed around $28. Over the next basically 2 trading weeks, Corsair hit all-time highs above $51. So literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 day out of the 9 days, there was only one red day. It was just green after green after green after green, just went parabolic. I'm really hoping that this earnings is the same catalyst and we just go parabolic above 50 and set all-time highs. I have shares of Corsair right now that I got in at just shy of $40 a share on average. So my goal is to get to $45 a share and cash out. I would love to get $50 a share or more, but we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, we need confirmation that we are going to break up out of this wedge pattern. Just hasn't happened quite yet. Let's take a look at the option flow data to see if that can help us to see what the big money investors were doing on Corsair today. So here's the Trade UI platform that I use to look at my option flow data. Looking at Corsair today, February 3rd, only 3 sweeps came in, but take a look at this. If I scroll down, all 3 of these were call options, and they were very, very bullish call options. Not for huge money. One was for $44,000, another for $75,000. The biggest one was for a little over $98,000. So I would say just shy of $200,000 worth of call options were bought, and they all expire in about 2 weeks, February 19th. But take a look at the strike prices. $50, $50, $60. At the time, Corsair was trading for $42. So you have almost $200,000 of options that are out of the money calls that people are betting big that Corsair is going to get to 50 or even 60 in the next 2 trading weeks. So I think the big money is expecting some blowout earnings and a huge pop in the share price. That's what I'm hoping for too. And like I said, I don't think today was that pop. I still think there's way more room to run in the share price. But again, that's just my opinion. This is not financial advice. Let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree. Do you have shares or options on Corsair? Post your positions below. As always, make sure you join the Discord server if you're not in there already. Add me on Twitter, StockTwits, Instagram, and Reddit. But most importantly, I'll see you on the moon.